something a little different. I'm going to show you how to restore a PlayStation 2 Slim. I love video games, and I figured somebody might need to know how to do this, so we're going to put it out there. Alright, here's some shots of the find I got at the thrift store. It's PS2 Slim. First, you're going to want to remove the rubber tabs and the plastic tabs to expose the screws. There's going to be one behind a sticker. You want to take your X-Acto knife and cut around that carefully. Pull the tab out. Now all 6 screws should be exposed. You just take your Phillips head screwdriver and remove them. After removing them, you carefully flip the unit on its side and pop it open. You can see here how dusty it is inside. There's the front. It's pretty grimy and nasty. Here's a shot of the board. Real dusty. I don't know how well you guys can see that on the camera. First, I'm going to show you how to remove the sticker with some Goo Gone. Just get a little paper towel, put some Goo Gone on it, rub the sticker down, get it nice and covered. And you take a flat edge blade, slowly peel the sticker up. Careful not to nick up the system. Slowly work your way around. Be careful. I let the Goo Gone sit on the sticker for about 5 minutes. Slowly work your way around. And once you have a bit of it up, you can slowly start peeling it away. And if you're careful, the sticker will come off in one piece. Alright, there it is. Sticker's off. Now for the residue left behind, what I do is I just take a little more Goo Gone and a little paper towel. And I just rub the area real thoroughly and getting all the goo off. Just take a little bit of time with it, make sure you get all the goo off. It's pretty sticky, so make sure you get it all off there. And there it is. Just wipe it down real good. There we go. All the sticker residue is now gone. Now, to take the board out of the bottom half of the shell, you just undo this one screw. It's right between the controller ports and the memory card ports. And you gently lift up on it. Now I like to go from the back, and lift up, and it should pull free. There we go. Let's see, the board's now free. And you can see the bottom of the shell is really caked with dirt and dust and all kinds of griminess. So, it's pretty nasty. Next, I'm going to take some canned air and blow off the motherboard. Just going to be pretty liberal with it. Spray it all over and try and get as much dust out as you can. I'm going to flip it over and hit that with the canned air again. Just try and get under the edge a little bit. Try and get as much loose stuff out as you can. And back to the top. Now I use 91% isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. You don't have to do it this way, but this is how I prefer to get the larger chunks out that didn't get removed with the canned air. Just take your time. Go gently around the board, the CD drive. Get all the loose dust out. And I can't stress enough, just take your time. And there's a bunch of guck on that part there. Get that off. We're going to get in between the fins on the heatsink. And it's pretty nasty and caked in there. Ew, look at this. Ugh. Alright. I'm going to take a cloth with a little bit of alcohol on it and wipe it down. Just getting it nice and polished, cleaned up. Alright, now we're going to take a Phillips screwdriver and remove the fan. There are 3 screws holding it in. Once the screws are out, you just lift it up. I'm going back again with some alcohol and a Q-tip and getting all the big stuff out. And see how dusty and nasty the fan blades are. And take some canned air. Blow the fan, blow the case out some, blow the fan out some. What I like to do is take some alcohol and go in and clean each fin out. I'm not going to make you guys watch me clean all of it. There you go. See how nasty that was? I hit it again with canned air. And little leftover bunnies, we're going to blow those out of there. Alright. Now put the fan back in, same thing, you just put the 3 screws back in where they belong. And they are Phillips. Now I'm going to clean the contacts on the front, the USB contacts and the memory card contacts and all that. I like to use Brasso in there, just to get it nice and shiny. Just put it on a Q-tip, rub it down inside, get it real good and coated. Get all the grime out, look at this. It's nasty. Of course, change sides, flip the Q-tip over and use the other side with some more Brasso. That one wasn't so bad. I got another Q-tip. Now I'm going to go back over it with some alcohol and a Q-tip, just to clean off any excess fluid that might be in there. Going back over the USB ports, the memory card ports, and all that. Get it nice and clean, take your time. Make sure you get in all the nooks and crannies on there. It can get pretty nasty. Alright. Now that part's done, I'm going to show you how to clean the laser. Just take a little bit of glass cleaner. It's going to have to be an ammonia based cleaner. Just go real gentle on all ends. I'm going to hit it with the wet side first, then turn it over, and dry it off with the dry side. Do not press hard on the laser lens, you don't want to break it or scratch it. And then I'm going to take the alcohol again on a Q-tip, and I'm going to clean the worm gear off, get all that old grease out of there. It's pretty worn out, pretty bad. And what we're going to be doing is replacing the grease. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Make sure you slide your laser back towards the center. Get all the excess grease out of there. You don't want any of the old grease left. Take your time, get it all cleaned up. I like to use white lithium grease. It just comes in a little tube. Looks kind of like a little toothpaste tube. Squeeze just a little dollop onto the worm gear there. And what you'll do is you'll take your laser and you'll gently slide it back and forth. Be careful not to touch the lens. Just go back and forth with it. Be gentle. Do that a few times until it gets good and lubed. I like to usually do that about a dozen or so times. You'll know it's done when you've got grease all the way down the gear, and it should run fairly smoothly. Now what I use when I wash the cases is I like to use just regular dish soap and just warm water. Not too hot because you don't want to burn yourself, but just warm enough. Alright, and I also like to use the cheap toothbrushes. You can get them at Walmart. They're like 2 for $2 or something like that. Alright, here we go. We're going to scrub the bottom of the shell first. And scrub it real good. You want to make sure you get all the way into the corners and everything. Make sure you take your time with it and get into the vents, because dust likes to build up in there and get all cruddy. Just take your time and scrub it down real good. There we go, and getting some more of the vents. And scrubbing the back down. Doesn't take a lot of pressure, just take the brush to it, take your time, scrub it down good, and set that to the side. Now we're going to do the top. You can take the door off if you want. I don't always do that. Doesn't really matter as long as you give it enough time to dry thoroughly. Again, taking the brush, getting in all the nooks and crannies. Take your time with it, make sure you get it real good and clean. There we go, and get the doors on the front for the memory cards. Get those scrubbed out real good. Alright. Getting the top of the door, it was pretty dusty. Alright. Getting the back of the top of the cover. Alright, now we're gonna rinse them off. Again, just some warm water. Just get them good and rinsed off so there's no soap left in there. You really don't want any soap left over. It can attract more dust later. Yep, it closed on me. There we go, getting real good inside there. Make sure you get down in the very back of it, all the way down the hinge. Alright, here's the bottom. I'll rinse that off. If you're worried about your label, don't be. It usually won't come off as long as you're not too rough with it. And I can't stress enough, give it time to dry thoroughly. Alright. Now for any excess blemishes or whatnot, I like to use a dry eraser. You know, it's a magic eraser. That's what it is. And I like to go over it and just buff out any like fine scratches or marks on it, and just take my time with it and go over it real carefully. There's a couple of fine scratches on the smooth part there. And in here there's a couple of white marks. Just take your time, go over it carefully. Now don't press too hard because it will smooth out the surface. It's kind of like a really fine grit sandpaper. Alright. Now that's done, we're going to rinse it off again. Again, make sure you get all of the magic eraser dust and stuff off there. Getting in all the cracks and everything. And then let it sit and dry after you're all done. It takes a couple hours, 2-3 hours. Alright, here's the bottom of the shell, nice and clean. Putting the motherboard back in. It goes in reverse of removal. Slide in the front first. And put the one screw back in between the memory card and controller ports. Make sure you line up your power and reset button, and then the little metal tab that's for the vertical stand. And put the top back on. Right. Sometimes it'll be a little snug getting it back together. Don't press too hard, you don't want to break anything. Alright. I got it all snapped together here. We'll flip it over, we're going to put the 6 screws back in. And this is where the 6 screws go. Three in the front, 3 in the back. Alright, we got the screws back in. Now we're going to put the little covers back in place. There should be 4 plastic ones and 2 rubber ones. Plastic ones are for the middle ones, the rubber ones are for the 2 side ones. They're little rubber feet for the system to stand up off a flat surface. And you got the one with the sticker on it. There we go. Alright, now you notice it's not looking like great or anything, so what I like to do is I like to polish it up a little bit. I like to use Pledge. Just regular Pledge, nothing fancy. Spray a little bit of that on a paper towel and just start rubbing it in. And just take your time with it, rub it in. And give it a nice shiny finish. Look at this. Look at how much nicer that's looking already. There we go. Look at how nice and shiny that is. Looks almost brand new. See how clean the vents are in the back. If you're worried about like your power port or anything like that, you can take a Q-tip with some alcohol and clean them out. Alright, now we're going to do some testing on it, putting a game in, see if this thing works. I haven't plugged it in yet. See what happens. Oh, the power's up. Oh, look at that, it loaded the game up. That's awesome. Let's give you a little bit of gameplay here. There we go. Skipped all the loading screens. Alright, so this is the Prehistoric Monsters. It's a real fun educational game. Uh-oh. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the demonstration. Alright guys, so that was how to restore a PlayStation 2 Slim. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing a few more restoration videos, and I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.